Hello, my name is Amir from Azure Academy. Hope that you had a great time. And today we are going to solve a limit problem. Hossein is going to help me. Hello, Hossein.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, yeah, we have the problem, and I believe everything is ready for you to solve the limit problem. Please go ahead.
Okay, so the problem is find the following limit, and the limit is cosine of x minus 1 divided by x when x is approaching 0.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Let me see. I think I'm gonna use a couple of trigonometry function or trigonometry identities here. Let me write them down on the side. Okay, so one of the identities is this one. So cosine of x, I'm going to write it as cosine square of half x minus sine squared of half x. This is in terms of half arc. And then another identity that I'm going to use probably is cosine of x divided by 2 squared plus sine squared x divided by 2 equal 1.
Yes, that's a famous one.
Okay, so I wrote everything as like half arc to match. So I'll go ahead and rephrase this expression on the numerator.
Correct.
So limit of cosine of x, I'm going to use the first identity.
Correct.
So cosine squared of half x minus sine squared of half x.
Yeah, that's the first time in numerator.
Right.
Cosine
and then
of x.
I have the negative sign, and 1 instead of 1, I'm going to use the second identity. I'm going to write it as cosine squared of half x plus sine squared of half x. And then the whole thing is divided by x when x is approaching 0. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to distribute this negative sign behind the parentheses. So if I rewrite that, it's going to be cosine squared of half x minus sine squared of half x. Then this negative sign, I'm going to distribute it between the first term and the second term. So negative or minus cosine squared of half x minus sine squared of half x, and then the whole numerator divided by x when x is approaching 0. Now I think I can simplify the numerator further. So the first term and the third term cancel out. And then I'm going to have limit of negative 2 sine squared of half x divided by x when x is approaching 0. And then we have a rule. I'm not going to get into like proving that, but I'm going to use it here. So the rule that we have in limit is this one, limit of sine of x divided by x when x is approaching 0 is equal to 1. So this is the
that's a famous one, actually.
Yeah,
That's a
third rule.
fundamental identity we use here, correct?
Right. There are different methods to prove it. One is like a squeezing theory. The other one is L'Hopital. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into proving that. I'm going to use it here to solve this limit.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, because of the limit for the time.
Right. So so I need to rephrase this limit.
Yeah.
So to do that, let me see. I think I need to divide the denominator by 2.
Yeah, you can use 2 in the numerator, and you can just bring that 2, down to the denominator. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another way to say it, but I think this is more clear for the viewers.
Yeah,
So
sure.
let me see. I'm going to actually multiply the denominator by 1/2. I'm going to do the same on the numerator.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I'm going to do is, let me see. I'm going to multiply the numerator by x, and then also the denominator by x. Okay, let me rewrite that to see what I have.
Yeah, I think you just can, you just split sine squared to 2 terms for the sine. So it can be -2 times sine x over 2 times sine x over 2, and the whole thing divided by x. And then you use one of those signs, with 1x, the denominator, and then you use the identity number 3 that you just wrote. So I think, yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
It's
it's
less
easier.
confusing. Okay,
Yeah, sure. You
let
can,
me go back.
delete those x's. You can keep 1/2 there.
Right.
So yeah, just use 2 sine x over 2, instead of the squared one.
So I'm going to multiply both numerator denominator by 1/2. So let me rewrite the limit. So on the numerator, I'm going to have negative
sine
squared of x. I'm going to leave it like this, and then I'm going to use another step to
absolutely
divide it into 2 sine. On the denominator, I have x over 2 when x is approaching 0, and as you said,
don't forget, Hussein, you have 1/2 on the okay, you cancel 2. Okay,
right here I canceled this 2 and this 2.
That's correct. Okay,
and then so I'm going to rewrite the sign again, the limit again. So I'm going to have negative sine of x divided by 2 times sine of x divided by 2, and then I'm going to have x divided by 2 on the denominator.
Yeah.
And if I use the rule number 3 that I wrote up there, this
is going to be 1.
This is going to be 1.
Yeah.
And I forgot to say x is approaching 0 here.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me see what is left. So I have limit of negative sine of x divided by 2, and when x is approaching 0.
Yes.
And this is clearly 0.
Yeah, it's going to be sine of 0, and sine of 0 is 0. So we conclude that the final value for the limit problem, please scroll up.
Let me rewrite that down here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. As a conclusion, you can
we had limit of cosine of x minus 1 divided by x when x is approaching 0 is equal to 0.
Yeah, that's correct. And yeah, very beautiful. You used a couple of trigonometric identities with one identity for the limit, the famous one, and you just replace those values and you obtain the final value. And this can also be used as a rule in limit problem for further you know trainings and solving problems for limit problems. So yeah, thank you very much, Hossein, for helping me solving this problem. Hopefully that viewers find this video useful, and if you like it, please subscribe and hit the notification button. And yeah, until next video, cheers. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.